The following is a presentation of Main Street Media, your source for news, sports, and information on Main Street in Middle Tennessee. Top day on Main Street Sports today. Coming up, top story, Titans extend the contracts. J-Rob and Vrabel. Also, district tournaments are either underway or on the eve. Plenty of NFL talk. Auburn saga continues, and what in the world's happening with Major League Baseball? The guys will talk about it. The Lee Company studio now for this hump day version of Main Street Sports Today with the Hall of Famer and Sports Writer of the Year, Mo Patton. Here's a Sun Drop kid from Alabama, Chris Yao.
Welcome in. It is Wednesday, and boy, what a day it has already been. Early morning for me, late night for both of us, Mo. Tough to get it done. But that's okay. We do it for you out there in, I guess, podcast land, social media land, wherever you're watching or listening.
Those out there on Main Street.
There you go. We do it for you. Down on Main Street.
Yeah, how has that not become our theme song so far?
Yeah, we need to call Bob and see what's up with that. See if
Super Bullet will release a few rights to that one.
That'd be nice.
He's made plenty of money off of it.
Yeah, no kidding.
We're not even trying to make any money. We're just trying to use it.
Well, I wouldn't mind. But anyway.
I'm not trying, but it's available. No, what's going on, guys? You guys having a good Wednesday? We're almost halfway through the week.
Almost.
Enjoying the sunshine this week, I tell you that.
Yeah.
Warmer temperatures.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long it lasts, obviously. I mean, when you're talking about the, second week in February, and it's whatever it is, 61 degrees.
A buddy of mine said, well, it's February 8th, and the ice cream truck just stopped in front of my house. So here we are.
So how's your day? Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you have a forecast for us? Do you know what's coming?
It's supposed to be, let's see, high today is 62, 59 tomorrow, 66 Friday. Then it starts getting a little cooler. 48's the high for Saturday, 41 on Sunday, according to my trusty iPhone. So
interesting, because there's not any precipitation to bring a cold front. That's weird, right?
Mid 50s and up pretty much for the next 10 days, except for the weekend. So again, we'll take it.
I will take it.
And I'll tell you who else will take it. Columbia State baseball will take it, who snuck in a doubleheader on us yesterday. We'll get to that in the rundown, but yeah, it's baseball season somewhere.
We were talking with Chip yesterday, and he said that baseball season was starting
next week.
Yeah. So they'll be over in North Carolina.
Yeah,
it's crazy, man. Let's why don't we get to those scores and today's schedule, because we actually have a schedule for today, a pretty decent one for a Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's get into the rundown.
This is the rundown.
High school boys basketball action from Tuesday night. Lancaster Christian defeated Zion Christian 55-46. It was Lincoln County defeating Spring Hill 66-39. Marshall County with a 49-41 win over Lawrence County. This one's a little bit of a stunner. Giles County 85, Summertown 77. Their first loss in District 10 AA play. Also in 10AA, Loretto defeats Lewis County 62-55.
Richland down Culleoka at home last night on senior night, 64-47. It was Santa Fe 85, Collinwood 62. Wayne County with a 75-36 win over Hampshire. Independence defeated Franklin 69-59. Columbia Central with a comeback win over Nolensville. However, a 15-point win can look as a comeback, 91-76 over the Knights. And Ravenwood down Summit 57-44.
In girls basketball action on Tuesday night, it was Tennessee Heat defeating Zion Christian 42-30. Lincoln County with a 64-26 win over Spring Hill. Lawrence County downs Marshall County 53-22. Summertown stays undefeated with an 85-47 win over Giles County. I'm sorry, Summertown is not undefeated. It's the next team down that's undefeated. Loretto stays undefeated with an 89-16 win over Lewis County.
Just your average 73-point win.
No big deal.
Richland held off Culleoka 56-45. It was Santa Fe 64, Collinwood 50. Wayne County a 67-48 winner over Hampshire. Independence with a big win over Franklin 44-41. Columbia Central 47, Nolensville 34. And Summit 66, Ravenwood 60 in a little bit of a shocker.
12 threes for the Lady Spartans in that one. Coverage at mainstreetmurray.com. In District 3, Division 2A, girls tournament quarterfinal action. Columbia Academy with a 56-44 win over Battleground Academy. Middle Tennessee Christian downs Franklin Road Academy 69-38. It was Providence Christian 57, Grace Christian 25, and Webb Bell Buckle with the 69-9 win over University School of Nashville.
As we told you earlier, Columbia State played a doubleheader yesterday up at Freed Hardeman against the junior varsity Lions. Columbia State with a 7-3 win and a 5-3 win. So congratulations to them. Liberty down Lipscomb 78-69 in NCAA men's basketball action. And Vanderbilt with a big 70-62 win at home against Missouri. In the NBA, the Grizzlies continue their roll 135-109 over the Los Angeles Clippers.
High school basketball action tonight in the District 3 Division 2A tournament. Quarterfinal action, boys at higher seeds. Franklin Road Academy will play at Columbia Academy tonight. That's a 6 o'clock start. Also at 6, it's Providence Christian at Grace Christian. Battleground Academy travels to University School of Nashville, and Middle Tennessee Christian is at Webb Bell Buckle. All games starting at 6 o'clock tonight.
At 5:30 tonight over at the Webb in junior college basketball, it's Dyersburg State visiting the Chargers of Columbia State. 5:30 tip for the women men to follow. In men's action tonight, 19th ranked Tennessee is at Mississippi State. You can watch that one at 8 p.m. on ESPN2. In NCAA women's action, Lipscomb is at Liberty. I'm not sure why they didn't play yesterday. That's interesting. That's a 6 o'clock tip on ESPN Plus. And in NHL action, the Preds are at Dallas for a 7 p.m. puck drop on Valley Sports South. And that's going to do it for today's rundown. Good news if you are a Titans fan. The Tennessee Titans announced yesterday, Amy Adams-Strunk with a big announcement that General Manager John Robinson and head football coach Mike Vrabel have been extended. And, I mean, the truth is, the results don't lie.
Which results? No, you have to be in the playoffs to be disappointed with your playoff performance. So,
Right.
So from that, I mean,
Which would you rather have?
yeah, and you could go home early or you could stay home. 12-5, number 1 seed, and they just continue to build on what they've established here over the last few years. You can't argue with what Mike Vrabel has done. Certainly this year, again, we've talked about the roster fluidity that they had to deal with, and you know, J-Rob going out and getting the guys, and Vrabel deploying them well enough to get to 12-5 and to get that number 1 seed and to put the team in position to be successful.
Yeah,
That's all you can do.
And he's got some big decisions coming up.
Which heat you talking about?
J-Rob.
Okay.
I mean, you've got Julio Jones, who you could get rid of after June 1st, and it's only a 4.5 cap hit. You don't have a second-round pick this year, which is where J-Rob has really
made his living since becoming GM. Yeah.
I think I would have just given him a first-round pick. I mean, truly. Anyway.
Yeah.
So he's got a lot to work with, to work for this coming up next few
and
months.
Harold Landry is in free agency.
Harold Landry's got to be dealt with.
It's got to be dealt with. I mean,
quickly.
Yeah, you don't want that guy on the open market, I don't think. It makes little enough sense that they got rid of the assistant defensive line coach. You certainly don't want to lose any of that defensive line personnel, I don't think. He's got to be number one with a bullet in terms of your targets that you are working on retaining for the 2022 season. Yeah. And I think they have to find a way to keep Julio.
I say that. I mean, honestly, there were times where we were confused as to what value he was going to bring.
Where you were confused as to what value he was going to bring. I felt like if we got to the playoffs and he was healthy, we were going to see why he was important.
And we did.
In one game.
But he was very effective, and that makes me think we need to keep him.
Right.
So, and who else you going to get for $9 million that's going to give you what Julio gives you? Nobody
that a defense is going to respect the way they're going to respect Julio Jones, and that you can put on the horns of a dilemma with A.J. Brown on the other side like you can Julio. So
I agree. I don't like it when we agree on this show. It's no fun.
Well, it doesn't happen often.
Hey. It used to happen a lot more, and then I was like, you know what? It's way more fun if I just disagree with everything you say.
Well, hey, you got a pretty good chance of being right a large part of the time taking that approach. So.
It's all right. We're gonna get to some high school sports. We had some big games last night in Southern Middle Tennessee, so we'll go over that and what it means for district basketball tournaments. Still a couple of districts out there who Friday night is a big night. So we will talk about that and get you ready for district tournament action. So stick around. Southern Middle Tennessee high school sports talk on the other side of the break. Main Street Sports Day returns to the Lee Company studio after this. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net. Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ed Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods here in Columbia has been outfitting teams, officials, and anybody else from T-ball to college for 50-plus years. Be sure and check them out at 931-388-8060 or online at jonesandlang.com. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Zion Christian Academy, ZionEagles.org or 931-388-5731. You can schedule your appointment. Go tour their campus. It is beautiful over there, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Again, it's ZionEagles.org. Give them a call, 931-388-5731, and schedule your tour today.
Keep your home as comfortable as possible. If you have any issues with your air conditioner, electrical, or plumbing systems, call Lee Company. Our techs use visual findings and other technology tools to add transparency and clarity. You see what we see, whether we're in a crawl space or on the roof. We're here 24/7, so if you need us, call us. Lee Company. Call 931-548-4448 today or schedule your appointment at leecompany.com. That's leecompany.com.
Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Maury County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net. Welcome back in Main Street Sports Day, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint. To the Lee Company studio, we return. Mo Patton, JP Plant, Chris Yao here with you on this Hump Day edition as we get you set for some Southern Middle Tennessee high school hoops talk. District tournaments will start next week. Like I said, several things are set, but there's a lot up for grabs, including District 12 4A number 1 seed
on the boys' side.
On the boys' side, Friday night.
Should decide it as Columbia Central travels to Thompson Station, take on the Independence Eagles in a game that was every bit what was expected when they played over at the Hardy Lloyd Gym a couple of weeks ago. Central getting out with a 63-62 win that wasn't decided until Q Martin hit a couple of free throws right around the 5-second mark, and Jet Montgomery was off the mark on a pretty good look at a three from the top of the key as time expired. So that's Independence's only loss in the district. And meanwhile, Central followed that game up with a little bit of a stunner, a little bit of a stinker at home against Ravenwood not long after that. You were there for that one.
Yeah, and I mean, that was just a night that Columbia Central struggled to knock down shots, and that's going to happen on occasion.
And they struggled to knock down shots against a zone defense. Patrick Whitlock decided, we're going to try to limit these guys' athleticism. We're not going to let them get to the rim and make them shoot over us. And Central couldn't
shoot them out of it.
And it sounds like that was Nolensville's approach last night up at Nolensville. The Knights get up, I think they were up 21-11 at the end of the first quarter. And then when it broke loose big time. Columbia Central races back for a 91-76 victory, as we mentioned in the rundown. Q Martin with 31 in that one. They had about 4 guys in double digits, I believe. Hang on.
Ironically, the outcome of that game didn't matter because Friday night still would have been for first place.
Well, but I mean, if Central had lost that one and then loses Friday night, then I think they and Ravenwood would be tied.
Yeah.
So they could have conceivably fallen to third with those 2 outcomes. But yeah, this one will be for all the Tostitos, as it turns out. The winner will catch the 4-5, which I think will be Summit Nolensville
winner.
Yeah. And the loser will catch Ravenwood, basically.
Which is not what you want.
Semifinals. Well, it's not really, but you got to play somebody.
Yeah, and then their cross region is District 11, which has been right?
Yes.
District 11?
Yes.
Sorry,
Franklin
I
Hills.
clicked 3A.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the teams. I was like, that's not right.
No. 4.
Franklin, Hillsborough, Centennial, Brentwood, Overton, which many of them have played, and Independence beat Franklin last night. So, yeah, that tells you kind of what's going on there.
Q Martin, 31, Jordan Davis, 20, Ronnie Bailey and Bubba Perkins, 17 points each in that 91-76 win up at Nolensville to get them ready. And like you said, Independence with the win over Franklin last night, 69-59. Cameron Bell with a 21-point performance, Jet Montgomery 17, and Matthew Witt 10 in that win for the Eagles. So should be a lot of fun.
On the girls' side, in that same district, Ravenwood's the one. They're 7-1 on the season.
That they got that one last night.
Right.
Summit
with and here's the thing. That was huge for Summit because now that gives them an opportunity to be the 2 seed. Because they and Columbia are now tied and they split the regular season. So Columbia plays Independence on Friday. Summit plays Nolensville. Both of those, that's obviously the 4-5 team in the district. Friday night on the girls' side has suddenly turned into a pretty big night for everybody seeding wise. Got
some significant ramifications for everybody, like you said, except Ravenwood, which is locked up the number 1 spot. And, the top 4 teams advance to region play. So if you're 1, 2, or 3, you've already got a region spot locked up.
Right.
So
let's see here. Let's go down to 2A.
Yeah, because we've actually got some brackets, y'all. Hint, hint. If you want to send some, feel free to do so. Yeah, 10 AA. Where are you looking, boys or girls?
I had girls, but that's just because it was on top.
That's fine. It can be on top over here too. Surprise, surprise. Undefeated Loretto is the number 1 seed.
I don't think anybody's coming for that number 1 spot.
No. Well, they can come for it.
Last year, Loretto and Summertown didn't even play in their district tournament because they didn't host one in 10A. But Loretto awaits either Giles County, Mount Pleasant, or Lewis County.
One of the 3. Yeah, because Giles County and Mount Pleasant are tied, and they play each other Friday night at the Mount.
And that's for a guaranteed region spot.
Exactly.
So, I mean, there's some implications there.
Yep. So the loser of that game will be the number 4 seed and will have to play Lewis County for the right to play Loretto, but for the right to advance to the regions. So,
and in the game earlier this year, it was, see, I'm trying to find.
Pretty sure Mount Pleasant won that game.
Mount Pleasant over Giles County. No, Giles County 57. Mount Pleasant 36.
Oh, they didn't win that game.
So, and then Giles County is, they're coming off of a pretty tough loss to Summertown. So, yeah, I mean, this is for region spots. So Friday night, big for them. Of course, then you run into Summertown.
Okay, so how many district wins do each of them have to be tied? They're each.
So Mount Pleasant has 2. Lewis County has 1.
What Giles?
I'm sorry, Giles County. They both have 2. They're 2 and 5.
They're each 2 and 5.
Yes, that's correct.
Who did they beat?
Well, Mount Pleasant beat Giles County and Lewis County.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, Mount Pleasant beat Lewis County twice. Giles County lost to Lewis County once, which was the confusing thing.
Yeah, okay.
That's how things got confusing, is that Lewis County won over Giles County 2 weeks ago.
All right, yeah, I'm confused. But
it's okay.
Yeah.
We know what it is. We know what their brackets look like. It's pretty simple.
Summertown is the number 2 seed.
Summertown is the 2 seed.
What kills me about this whole thing is
the tournaments at Mount
the
Pleasant.
Giles County Mount Pleasant loser Friday will play Lewis County in a 6 o'clock play-in on Monday, Valentine's Day, by the way.
At Mount Pleasant.
In case you didn't know. No.
It will be at the.
It's at the higher
okay,
seed.
I see now. Okay, that's good. Thank goodness, because that's just dumb.
And then after the play-in game, everything else moves to Mount Pleasant beginning on Thursday on the girls' side. And then the championship and the consolation game will be played on Monday the 21st. So basically what you have done in somebody's, you have taken a 5-team tournament and stretched it out over 8 days.
Yeah, there's no reason to start the tournament on Thursday. You could certainly start it on Tuesday and be done by Friday. No reason not to, right?
I mean, I get if you don't want to play more than 2 games on a weeknight. I get that. But you've got, so again, we've worked through the girls bracket. On the guys' side, you've got Lewis County and Mount Pleasant. They are the 4 and 5. They will play at Lewis County on Tuesday the 15th. That winner will play number 1 Summertown on Friday the 18th at Mount Pleasant. Loretto is the 2. Giles County is the 3. They will play in the other semi on Friday. And then they play their championship and their consolation game on Tuesday the 22nd.
So another 8 days from Tuesday to Tuesday.
I don't know. I don't know why. Once you've got the girls semifinals played on Thursday, the boys semifinals played on Friday, why you couldn't play 4 games on Saturday and be done?
Hey, I'd be for that. Any way that we can see it on a Saturday, that'd be phenomenal.
I just don't know why are we stretching these events out and going to lengths to do so?
Yeah,
I mean, because look at 10A.
Well, and 10A does exactly that, right?
Yes. Somebody wants to talk to you.
Yeah, it's Frank at Grecian. I don't know why.
Oh. Well, if it's Frank, then you're doing the right thing. If it's Sasha,
then
you probably should answer. Yeah. 10A, their quarterfinal games, I guess, are on Monday and Tuesday at the higher seeds. Monday for the girls, number 4 Santa Fe, number 5 Culleoka, number 3 Richland, number 6 Hampshire. On the boys' side, on Tuesday the 15th, it's 5 seed Culleoka at number 4 Collinwood and 6 seed Hampshire at number 3 Wayne County. Then you've got your semis. Your girls' semis are on Wednesday, number 1 Wayne County, number 2 Collinwood. Those are at the higher seeds as well. And boys, it's number 1 Santa Fe and number 2 Richland. They play in semifinals on Thursday the 17th. And then your championships and consolations all go to Wayne County on Saturday. Girls 3rd place at 3, boys 3rd place at 4:30, girls championship at 6, and boys at 7:30. So at least somebody got the memo.
Somebody got the memo. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am. And district tournament play is always fun because this is it. This is your seasons are on the line.
No doubt. As Battleground Academy's girls found out last night.
No doubt. No doubt. Hey, let's talk about Auburn on the other side of the break.
Which Auburn are we talking about? What Auburn are we talking about?
Both.
Football. Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Because there's some crossover, it appears. We'll talk about the Tigers and what they are doing as it pertains to their football coach and how they plan to buy him out, maybe. Tell you what that is on the other side of the break. Stick around. Main Street Sports Say after this. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net. Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ed Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods here in Columbia has been outfitting teams, officials, and anybody else from T-ball to college for 50-plus years. Be sure and check them out at 931-388-8060 or online at jonesandlang.com. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Zion Christian Academy, ZionEagles.org or 931-388-5731. You can schedule your appointment. Go tour their campus. It is beautiful over there, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Again, it's ZionEagles.org. Give them a call, 931-388-5731, and schedule your tour today.
Keep your home as comfortable as possible. If you have any issues with your air conditioner, electrical, or plumbing systems, call Lee Company. Our techs use visual findings and other technology tools to add transparency and clarity. You see what we see, whether we're in a crawl space or on the roof. We're here 24/7, so if you need us, call us. Lee Company. Call 931-548-4448 today or schedule your appointment at leecompany.com. That's leecompany.com.
Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Murray County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net. Welcome back in to this Hump Day Wednesday edition of Main Street Sports Today. Chris Yalmo Fadden here. JP Plant on the controls. As we dive into an interesting thought process for the Auburn Tigers. We all know that the mess of Auburn football is just that. It's a mess. And clearly, the price of lumber going up is not affecting certain companies in the southeastern part of the United States. That's all I'm saying. But here's the thing. Out of nowhere, and when I say out of nowhere, nobody saw this coming. Auburn trustees approve an arena name change and basketball facility improvements. Yesterday, they put the release out at 8 a.m.
Basketball facility improvements.
They basically are building a practice facility.
Okay.
They're funding the practice facility in exchange for
Naming rights.
naming rights. That's what they're saying.
And the naming rights are going to
Bill and Connie Neville. I guess it's Neville. Neville. It could be Neville.
I'm pretty sure
But
it's
I'm
Neville
going-
in Auburn.
Like Aaron.
Well, maybe not, but yeah.
Not exactly like Aaron, but
You said it, not me.
they will be naming.
Who are they?
Well, here's the thing. This is the most interesting part.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't even Auburn alums. They're part of the Pat Dye Society.
The Pat Dots. I didn't know there was a Pat Dye Society. Okay.
Well, this is, I mean, it's obvious, right?
Yeah.
If that's where the money is, the Pat Dye Society. But Bill's dad is an Auburn alum. So grew up big fan of Auburn. Bill's father and grandparents graduated from Auburn. Bill earned his undergraduate degree from Rice in mathematics, computer science, and mathematical sciences, and his MBA from Columbia. He founded
that's Columbia, New York.
not Columbia State. He founded several technology firms focusing on television news and automation, broadband deployment, and sports analytics. Connie got her bachelor's at New York University and a master's from Columbia University. They live on St. Croix, where Connie supports a number of charitable causes after teaching in New York, New Jersey, Florida, and working on interior design. They're basically paying $20 million for the naming rights to Auburn Arena, which will now be Neville Arena March 5th.
Just Neville Arena.
Yep. Neville Arena will take the dedication and official name change will take place March 4th at the venue with an on-court recognition March 5th during the men's basketball regular season finale versus South Carolina.
Okay.
But the buyout for Brian Harsin is 18.5.
Okay.
So I'm just saying,
In case you're wondering how they got to the 20 million,
in the event you were wondering where that very convenient number,
where that number came from.
20 came from.
So do you feel like this practice facility can be built for 1.5 million?
It had already been in the works. This is a phase. This is the third phase of.
So they were already planning a practice facility.
Yeah.
So most likely the money had been appropriated for the practice facility.
They voted September 10th to initiate the 4,000 square foot project, and then approved architect selection on November 12th. The project, okay, the renovated women's basketball locker room. Okay, so 20 million minus 18.5 is
1.5.
The renovated women's basketball locker room and team spaces will facilitate improved student athlete recovery and development, more competitive recruiting. The project, estimated to cost $3 million, will be financed by athletic department funds.
Okay. Well, I think they call that creative accounting, right?
That's exactly what they call that. There's a Joe Dean expense account story that goes with creative accounting as well. We don't have time to get into it, but it's legendary. Sort of like this is going to be.
I'm just saying, it certainly appears that the 18.5 is more than covered.
It's available, huh?
They got it in the bank. They can stroke the check tomorrow.
As long as that check clears from St. Croix.
I guess. I feel like that probably, that was probably a wire transfer.
Most likely. Yeah. I don't think you stick a check in the mail for 18.5 M. I wouldn't know.
It's 18. It's not M for million.
Yeah.
It's something else because M is 1,000 in accounting.
In
Roman numerals.
But in accounting, they use the M for 1,000. So there's a number 4 million, but it's not M, or a letter. It's not M though. I did think that's interesting though. I saw that the other day and I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. I'm very confused about
Is it an American letter or is it some Greek letter?
No, it's an American letter.
Okay.
Anyway, I just thought it was funny.
It is funny. It's funny to everybody except Brian Hart. Heck, it might be funny to Brian Harrison.
Dude, he's over there going, look at these idiots. I literally made them change the name of the arena. That's incredible.
I'm
I'm
just going to keep my room down here at Sandals. I'll be back.
Yeah. I think he's going to be able to afford it.
Part of Home Team, part of the movie and Home Team, he walks into the hotel and he's like, book me a room. The only room we have is the presidential. Okay, I want it. It's $150 a night. Okay. He said, well, when are you checking out? He said, I don't know. He goes, well, I have to have a checkout date. He's like, well, then put it for 3 nights. He's like, well, if you get four nights, the 5th one's free. He's like, well, then do it for 4 nights. You don't want the free 5th night?
Wow.
It's freaking hilarious. But like, that's how I feel like this is going right now at Sandals. Harson's just like, can you just make it indefinite? Because I'm finna have 18.5 million.
Because when I come back, I don't know when or if.
I may not come back. I may buy sandals for 18.5 million.
At least buy residency.
At least that.
Yeah.
I mean, let me get my room. This is me forever.
The question still remains, because your boy just got hired as DC at Miami.
I saw that. And
yeah.
But I think if you offered him the head coaching job, he would leave.
It wouldn't be the first time he's been a short timer.
Right?
Fill people in on who his
Kevin
boy
Steele,
is.
by the way. Kevin Steele.
Yeah.
Sorry. We had talked about it
Listeners
earlier.
to the show know, Jeff.
They should know.
Well, we may have some that don't.
Maybe we got new guys.
Tune in every single day for all night.
Well, what are you doing if you're
That's on them. That's a
true.
them problem.
Auburn basketball then promptly went to Bud Walton Arena last night and fell in overtime to the Hogs, 80-76 in front of 20,327 people.
Did you see the end of that game?
We did.
With the lights out and the sparklers on the gold stanchions.
Yeah. As soon as the game ended.
I'm surprised Auburn players found their way off the court.
One of them almost didn't after he got
Posterized?
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll call it that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the bounce self alley oop.
No.
Oh.
After the game, you didn't see what happened when they went on the dunk. After the horn, kid dunks it, turns around. There's an Auburn kid right there under him.
Swung through that
Yeah, just
on the rim.
yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
not good. Not good.
Stuff happens.
It does. Let's take a break.
Some people have a term for that, but I don't know what that is.
I know exactly what it is, but I'm not going to say it on the. On these airwaves.
Sometimes ignorance is bliss.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Get us out of here.
let's take a break. It's halftime. Come back on Main Street Sports today after this.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Tennessee. Because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
It was only 30. Yeah. Was it only 30?
All right, Zach Womble, Main Street Preps, posts that he's gone to lunch today up in Hendersonville at the new Burger Fi, which we have in Franklin. You know there's one in Franklin, right?
There is?
Yeah,
No, I did not.
it's across from Moe's. So Moe's is on the left, Burger
Oh,
Fi's on the
over
right.
off of Carruthers? Right there?
Off of Carruthers / whatever,
Baker's Bridge?
whatever that road is, you get off the interstate. And no, you get off the interstate where Moe's is, across TJ Maxx, and then there's the Starbucks. And all
Moe's
that.
Southwest.
Southwest, yes, not Moe's.
Not Moe's barbecue. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, two different
Or
Moe's.
Moe's residence.
It's much closer to Moe's residence than it is Moe's barbecue.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So
now.
anyway, so he goes to Burger Fi and he's like, found my new lunch spot. We're good. Then he tweets, for $20, this burger and fry better be the best I ever had. Now, this happened to me. I didn't realize when I went there how expensive Burger Fi was going to be. But the burgers at Burger Fi are phenomenal.
Are they $20 phenomenal?
The problem is the fries are not.
How big are these burgers?
Oh, they're big. They're
Half pound?
oh yeah.
Okay.
It's got like a fried egg on it if you want it, or
Okay.
they got all these different
It's gourmet out.
gourmet burgers, sure. But he says that Five Guys is better because Cajun bag fries are better than no flavor fries.
Those Bago Cajun fries are pretty strong.
So apparently,
And the thing about Five Guys is no matter how many people go,
Oh man.
you only put in one order of fries.
Yep.
you don't need no more.
Oh.
He said he got the most expensive burger, which was $11. So an $11 burger is not unusual.
Okay.
So he must
No,
have.
11
So I guess the fries are like $3.99 plus a drink at $2.99, and
Well, the fries are extra then.
no, thank you.
Yeah, just
Don't get the fries.
just don't get the fries. Yeah.
We have figured.
Lesson learned.
Oh, what you gonna eat with the burger?
Well, if it's a half pound burger, you may not need anything else.
But I'm sure that there are better.
They got like a
side
shake or
options.
something.
I bet you there are better side options.
I have never been a shake with a burger guy.
Me either.
I think shakes are more dessertish.
Yep. I don't do shakes with burgers. Today is opposite day. We're agreeing on everything. Last night was opposite night in high school basketball.
Hello.
for some
We're gonna have a
folks.
full moon tonight. I can feel it with the two of you.
Perhaps. So anyway, I feel like Five Guys is the best fast casual burger. More than $8 for a burger. If I'm going to pay $8 for a burger, that's where I'm probably going to go.
Red Robin's not bad.
I like Red Robin and the endless fries at Red Robin with the garlic parm fries.
I've never gotten the garlic parm.
Garlic parm fries.
But the
and
campfire sauce.
yeah, that's phenomenal. So yeah, I mean, burger fine, not bad.
Not
Eat the
done
burger.
it yet. Yeah.
Eat the burger. Don't worry about
Skip the
sides.
fries. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
There we go.
NFL coaching vacancies. Plenty of those have been filled. All 9 of them.
All of them have been filled. There are no NFL coaching vacancies, actually.
Let's change the headline to NFL coaching vacancies filled. We'll go through all 9 of them and talk about it. See what happens in the second half. Y'all come back. Main Street Sports Day returns after this.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Tennessee. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the TSSAA.
Time of the second half of this update edition of Main Street Sports Today. Coming up, what in the world's happening with Major League Baseball? Wild and Wacky Wednesday, but up next, NFL coaching vacancies, none. Turn the light off, no room at the end. We'll talk about it. Back to the Lee Company studio with the Hall of Famer Mo Patton. Here's the Sundrop Kid from Alabama, Chris Yao.
Welcome back in. It is Wednesday here. Wild and Wacky Wednesday. We give you the weirdest and wildest news from across the world later in the show, and glad to do so. It's always fun. But first, the wild and wacky world of NFL coaching vacancies. Because some of these we didn't necessarily see coming. 2 of them specifically.
Hey, Chris, if I may interrupt real quickly, before we move on to that, per our halftime topic, we have a little feedback.
Oh, yeah.
Nicole says, go to Loose Wheels.
You picked a fine time to leave me, Loose Wheel.
Says they have the best burgers.
Well, would
Thank you, Nicole.
Would Nicole care to tell us any more about Loose Wheels, or
where
she's
is
just gonna
Loose
make us find it
Wheels?
ourselves?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Go ahead and Nicole, send us another comment on where that is. So thank you, Nicole, for responding. But yeah, a little conversation there on
511 North Main Street, Columbia.
Okay.
511 North Main Street.
I have not heard of Loose Wheels. Have you?
Located in Briarworks.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
So it's over there close to Asgard, then,
Yeah.
basically. Loose
Okay.
Wheels
Oh.
food truck.
Okay.
Oh, it's a food
The
truck.
food truck.
That makes sense, Loose Wheels.
Ha, ha.
That ding, ding, ding over here.
Turn that light on. Yes, Nicole, thank you. Is a food truck.
I'm here for
There you
it.
go.
I'm here for it.
Thank you, Nicole. Carry on.
Nicole coming through in the clutch.
So let's run through the new NFL coaches. What do you say?
In the words of the immortal Tone Loke,
Let's do it.
let's do it. Yeah. Where you want to start?
Well, let's start with the first one. We talked about Eberflus earlier. Chicago hires defensive coordinator from
Indy.
Indianapolis.
Mhm.
SB Nation gives that hire a D.
Well, and I think for the reasons that you pointed out, they just hired a new GM, and they had an opportunity, obviously, to go with a more experienced coach rather than going with a first-time coach.
Or I don't know. Here's an idea. Maybe get an offensive guy for Justin
For
Fields.
your quarterback, yeah.
What are you doing? Doesn't make any sense.
Thus the D.
Thus the D. Denver Broncos go with Nathaniel Hackett,
Who is an
And-
offensive guy,
who is
former offensive coordinator at Green Bay.
which,
They don't have a quarterback.
well, I think that's why they hired Nathaniel Hackett, was to try to force Aaron Rodgers.
Try to get A-Rod. Yep.
Yeah.
Lure.
That's the idea.
That's the idea. Okay.
I don't think it's going to work.
Is he going to buy a house in the Denver area too?
Nice. I mean,
You get a house. You get a house.
The gift that keeps
he's got
Yeah.
plenty of money to do
Yeah,
it.
he does. Yeah. Hey, Denver's a nice place.
Okay, what's the grade on that one?
The
Incomplete.
SB Nation graded it a C. People grow. I feel this is a hiring, but with baggage attached. If the sole plan of this hire is he can bring Aaron here, then it's a hell of a play. But to my mind, there were better offensive minds on the market.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, he was the offensive coordinator under Matt LaFleur, which is kind of like being the offensive coordinator under Steve Spurrier.
In name only.
Or Andy Reid.
I don't know. I think
I don't think that's the case.
not anymore.
Not
It
anymore.
might have
It
been. It
used to
might have
be.
been in Philadelphia.
That's a recent phenomenon.
but
Yeah.
he's had two really good offensive coordinators.
I don't
in
know he's that
Kansas
good,
City.
but Andy still calls plays a lot, doesn't he?
Don't
I
know.
think that is a narrative that is out there that people use in downplaying Eric Bieniemy's legitimacy as a
Gotcha.
head coaching candidate. I'm not sure how true it is.
The Giants, Brian Daboll, not wrong Brian Belichick.
The other Brian.
The other Brian. They graded this one a B minus, which I think is interesting because, and Daboll has been in different places. He was in Atlanta when they went to the Super Bowl. I think
He wasn't the OC.
no, but he was on the staff when they went to the Super Bowl, and then obviously he's been Josh Allen's offensive coordinator. But
He was at Alabama in between that, right?
and they were putrid.
Well,
Um,
so which one you getting?
Well, I think the college game and the pro game are a little different. The difference is that he's had franchise quarterbacks everywhere he's been. He doesn't have that now.
No, he doesn't. In fact, supposedly someone that was supposed to go with him and be his OC decided not to because of supposedly the lack of a franchise quarterback or anything even approaching that with Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones does not strike me. He does not strike fear into the hearts of an NFC.
Defensive coordinator.
coordinator.
He ain't keeping no defensive coordinators up at night.
No. And to be honest, neither is Saquon Barkley. We thought he was early in his career, but because of the inefficiency of Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley has now been rendered kind of, the guy. So you stop Saquon, you beat the Giants. So you're going to
Doesn't have the balance to.
And with little or no threat of a passing game,
Yeah.
pretty easy
you
to
can
stop the running back.
Saquon, yeah.
So there you go.
But the ball is a Daboll, whatever.
Daboll.
Daboll. Okay. D-A. Needs a Y in there
It's like pralines
instead of pralines.
instead of pralines, as they apparently there is a New Orleans fight over how to say that, whether it's pralines or pralines.
I've
May
never
depend on your
heard,
accent.
I've never heard pralines.
I could see how a deep New Orleans accent
Pralines.
might come out like a praline.
Well, because in our
New Orleans.
Pra-
Yeah.
praline, in praline pecans, you know what I mean? Versus the hard A versus in New Orleans, it's praline.
Orleans, yeah.
Praline.
Oh,
Everything is the soft A, so that
Yep.
makes sense. I can see that.
Interesting.
It is.
they think
What's
they're-
also interesting is after what, a year and a half of this show in some iteration or another, everything comes back to food.
Everything. Never fails.
always.
So
Let's
who is
see here.
next?
I'm not sure, but let's go with Doug Peterson. Super Bowl winner. Doug Peterson takes over the Jacksonville Jaguars. And
This on this list should be one of the top 2 grades.
it is a B plus.
I was going to say at least a B.
It is
Because I never understood how he got gone from Philadelphia.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I mean, Wentz, the whole Wentz situation.
Shoot, he won in spite of Wentz.
Yeah.
Well, he won with Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I mean, Wentz played outside of his mind the first half of that year.
Yeah, he was MVP. He was candidate.
He was right in the mix of MVP, and then he gets hurt.
Outside of his John Brown mind?
Yes. And then next thing you know, Foles comes in for an injured Wentz. Wentz gets back, and Peterson says, "Nah, bro, we're going with the hot hand."
There we go.
Smart play, wins the Super Bowl.
Yep. Philly special, baby.
I don't understand how he didn't have a job 2 years later.
I don't either.
Very similar to Ed Orgeron. It's like, what have you done for me lately, I guess, in the NFL? I don't know. Doug Peterson, though, is a good hire for Jacksonville.
I think with the quarterback.
With a quarterback, I think it's a good hire. It is the number 3 hire, but when I tell you what's number 1, you're going to flip.
That's the third highest.
That's the third highest rated
Jacksonville.
So Peterson is the third highest rated hiring.
That's correct.
Okay.
Josh McDaniels at Las Vegas, a D+ from SB Nation.
Plus?
D+.
Plus.
Yeah.
Okay. I would lean toward a D-, but who am I? What do I know?
I mean, it's a D either way. I'm not sure what is it? 4 and 14 versus 5 and 13. Is that the difference in the plus and minus?
You think the experience since his last time as head coach, you think that could play into this a little bit? Maybe a different. It's been over a decade, right?
I think people want to think that because everybody wants to put that Belichick Browns second time around going to be better. Yeah. Everybody's looking for that. I don't think that's in this guy.
May not be.
I just don't. I think he's arrogant. I would liken it to a certain former men's basketball coach at Tennessee State who, because his dad won a national championship, thought he was.
It wasn't a decade ago, 2009.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
You know.
Because he never coached at Indy, so.
No, he didn't. He never even got there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just because you've been around success doesn't mean you're going to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like this hire. So.
Here's the thing. Whatever what was the guy's name?
Rich Bisaccia.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, apparently he had been hired to coach something at Auburn and never made it to Auburn at one point. Because there was a poll of who was the best coach to never coach at Auburn, and he was on the list.
Oh wow!
So but I mean, if that guy can win, maybe Josh McDaniels can too. It's all about Jimmys and Joes, baby, and they got them.
Well,
they got the Jimmys and Joes.
Well, but here's the thing though about Jimmys and Joes. You got to be willing to let those Jimmys and Joes be Jimmys and Joes and not Jameses and Josephs either. I mean,
there's that.
So.
Dennis Allen.
He's ranked above Doug Peterson.
F.
Whoa.
Really?
F. This is a garbage hire, and Saints fans should be furious.
Wow.
This could be a 1-year stopgap in hopes Peyton may return, and that's the only remotely way that this makes sense. Allen has been middling at best as Saints defensive coordinator since 15, 8-28 as a head coach with the Raiders.
I forgot that.
This is an out-of-touch hiring with very much better candidates were out there. Between a lackluster coach and salary cap nightmare, there's no way this works. And they are in a salary cap nightmare.
Now, I do believe that there were better coaching options out there, but I thought his familiarity with the situation there, and I certainly don't think it's an F.
It's interesting.
If they're handing out Fs, there should have been more than one.
Well, there is.
Okay.
And it just so happens to go to the AFC South rival of the
Houston.
Tennessee Titans, the Houston Texans, Lovie Smith, which I think is a terrible grade. I like Lovie Smith in this situation.
I
think Lovie Smith is going to be more successful than I want him to be as a Titans fan.
Based on what?
Based on his experience, what he's done at terrible franchises. He turned
what
the
he's done
Bears
with
around.
good franchises.
He turned the Bears around.
What, he was 10-6. What, his last year in Chicago?
So I think Lovie Smith, if David Culley can win 4 games with him, he can win 8. Now, he is losing quite a bit of his staff. Offensive mind, one of his offensive coordinator is coming to Tennessee. They lost a linebackers coach is also coming to Tennessee.
How long has he been back? It's just 1 year since
He was
Illinois?
defensive coordinator last year, yeah.
So he's just 1 year back in the NFL, right?
Yes.
Yeah, after getting fired at Illinois.
Yeah, had a
It was
18 and 30 something at Illinois.
Yeah.
But
It
I
was
think they had improved incrementally, not as much as folks would have liked. And when Bielema, I think he got fired because Bielema was available.
That's right. Bielema's availability and willingness to come to Illinois is what got Lovie Smith fired at Illinois.
Yeah.
If he were Scott Frost at Nebraska, he'd still be there.
Well, I don't know because he didn't play there.
That's what I'm saying. If he had been a former player, something like that, he stays.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. He was just the former Bears coach. So they gave it an F. I think that's a terrible grade. Mike McDaniel at Miami is an A. The Dolphins are a really solid team. He's walking to a great position and have the ability to make some draft moves to shape this team up into his image. The future may be inexorably linked to whether he can maximize the talent of Tua Tagovailoa. And this is still his favorite hire of the cycle so far, but it's not the highest grade.
I think, given everything that was in place at Miami, whoever they hired was going to be a pretty good grade because they shouldn't have fired the guy that they fired.
Exactly.
So
that's Miami is the best situation for anybody.
Situation alone is at least a C.
Oh,
if not better.
Better.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, had I been Miami, I know who I would have hired. And Mike McDaniel is good. What he did with Jimmy Garoppolo, please understand. But there's no way I wouldn't have hired Byron Leftwich.
Yeah, I was surprised Leftwich didn't get anywhere.
I'm surprised he didn't end up in Miami. If I had been the Dolphins, that's who I would have hired.
For the quarterback.
But they didn't. All right. There's only one left, and it's an A-plus hire. Kevin O'Connell.
The guy that you got to wait the longest on.
So.
And again.
New GM.
New GM. If you are Sean McVay's offensive coordinator, how much coordinating are you doing?
We just had this discussion, right? How much coordinating are you doing? I don't know. They weren't that great with Jared Goff. They
were a lot better, or have been a lot better, significantly better. Clearly,
they're in the Super Bowl
with Matthew Stafford in the gun. Matthew Stafford ain't walking through that door.
Kirk Cousins is, however, and that's significantly worse. Who's the worst situation at quarterback? New York or Minnesota?
New York.
I think so too. Because Kirk has kind of
the thing about Cousins is you don't know which one you're gonna get.
Yeah. Good Kirk, bad Kirk.
Yeah.
Folks, we have absolutely just torched it in that segment. I'm excited to see what happens. I think some of these are going to be trash can hires.
I don't think Dennis Allen's going to be one of them, though. Especially if Jameis is healthy.
I think they're in such a horrible salary cap situation that team is going to be unrecognizable next year. That's the biggest problem that Dennis Allen has.
But if there's a place to be unrecognizable, I think it's the NFC South.
Ain't no doubt about that.
Carolina's not great.
As long as Christian McCaffrey keeps getting hurt.
Tampa Bay is
going
to figure out who their quarterback is, clearly, and
a lot of other positions.
And Atlanta is
Atlanta.
Yeah. Much as I hate to say that.
So there you go.
So yeah.
I will agree with that for sure. Let's talk about Major League Baseball on the other side. Some interesting developments as far as some suspended players from 2021 coming up. But will they even get to play? We don't know because the lockout continues. And what's going on with that? We'll tell you what we think on the other side. Main Street Sports Today returns to the Lee Company studio after this. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net. Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ed Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods here in Columbia has been outfitting teams, officials, and anybody else from T-ball to college for 50-plus years. Be sure and check them out at 931-388-8060 or online at jonesandlang.com. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Zion Christian Academy, ZionEagles.org or 931-388-5731. You can schedule your appointment. Go tour their campus. It is beautiful over there, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Again, it's ZionEagles.org. Give them a call, 931-388-5731, and schedule your tour today.
Keep your home as comfortable as possible. If you have any issues with your air conditioner, electrical, or plumbing systems, call Lee Company. Our techs use visual findings and other technology tools to add transparency and clarity. You see what we see, whether we're in a crawl space or on the roof. We're here 24/7, so if you need us, call us. Lee Company. Call 931-548-4448 today or schedule your appointment at leecompany.com. That's leecompany.com.
Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Murray County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net. Welcome back in. Main Street Sports today, coming at you live from the Lee Company studio, presented by Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint. Mo, I sent you a message earlier, and this is just random, but OVC got him a new member.
The Screaming Eagles.
Screaming Eagles.
I'm looking at this logo.
Pretty cool logo.
It's pretty impressive. Yeah.
I like the big statue out front.
My concern is that they've added another program, but it's another non-football program.
That's right. Southern Indiana joining the OVC, and they are a non-football playing program. I think the OVC is really going to work hard on one of those AQ cross-scheduling situations.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to do something, but the fact that they can't earn an AQ on their own or are in danger of not being able to earn an AQ on their own, I just think to some degree delegitimizes them as a conference.
I mean, if you're going to focus on basketball, I guess. MVC doesn't have a football conference. They have a separate – the Valley basketball is separate from Valley football.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting.
It's terribly interesting.
Well, we will have Matt Brown on to talk about it at some point.
Yeah, we need to.
Real quick, the NFL has announced that Munich will host the first ever regular season football games in Germany next year. The NFL will play 4 games in Germany between 2022 and 2025, 2 in Munich and 2 in Frankfurt. I hope one of them wears Galaxy uniforms.
I can't imagine they would.
Go Frankfurt Galaxy forever. No, I was a big Ryan Fire fan because obviously the Birmingham Fire. I assumed that they just transferred all Birmingham Fire records to Ryan Fire. So
I think Kelly Holcomb may have played for Frankfurt.
Ooh. Well, there you go. It's good enough for me. Kelly.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Yeah, my bad. Played for Barcelona.
Oh, the Dragons.
Yep.
It's weird that I know that, right?
No, not really.
Barcelona was in the original WLAF, though. They were part of the World League of American Football, which is one of the reasons I do know the Barcelona Dragons exist.
Oh, and that was in the We Laugh.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess it
96.
was.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. Was not NFL Europe. It was actually the We Laugh that he played for the Fire. For the Dragons. Well, Dragons Fire.
Two different teams, though. Let's get into Major League Baseball, man. It was announced yesterday that Trevor Bauer would not face criminal charges in his case in the alleged sexual assault and, I guess, battery. Because
I guess it's at this point that it needs to be stated that just because he's not facing charges does not mean that nothing happened.
he's never said nothing happened. He just said it was consensual, and the text messages he had backed it up, which is why he's not facing charges.
I guess.
I mean, the text messages said, I want you to choke me unconscious, basically. I'm paraphrasing there, but that's what he did. And here we are. But he's not facing criminal charges, whatever the DA saw.
I just think that is a really slippery slope, and I think it's kind of like one size fits all. Just because you can wear it doesn't mean you should.
Absolutely. Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So there's that. And Marcell Ozuna has already been handed down his suspension from Major League Baseball, and it was retroactive to last year. So he has served that and can start on opening day. And according to a conversation between Jeff Schultz and Brian Snitker, he plans on Marcell Ozuna being on the roster on opening day. And that's an unfortunate situation where the salary or the salary that you have paid him in the contract that he has almost forces it.
And I think both those situations are really going to be lightning rod situations for their respective teams because, they're so polarizing. I don't think I think both the situations are really way more nuanced.
Absolutely.
Than the majority of people are either able or willing
both
to bring into considering the situations, because like you said about Bauer, he just did what he was told.
Following directions.
Yeah. And
Ozuna's
and there were mitigating I don't want to come off like I'm defending anybody, because I know that this is a really sensitive topic.
Sure.
On both these. But I just feel like that there are going to be portions of the fan bases, both in LA and in Atlanta, that there's going to be some real backlash if either of those guys are in uniform for those respective teams. So
I agree with that. There will be.
But at the same time, I guess you as a team, you can't let the fans run your franchise either. So I don't know.
Well, unless they don't show up. But
if they don't, somebody else will, though, right?
Ozuna's situation in Mexico didn't help when he got into the fight with the fan, basically. I mean, didn't actually go. He didn't physically get into a fight, but there was an incident in the Mexican League where
I don't know how you connect those two, though.
I'm just saying it's not great for his image if you are trying to win over those fans who may have given some backlash, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's interesting, and I don't know what Major League Baseball is planning on doing with Trevor Bauer in 2022, if they will do like they did with Ozuna and just backdate his suspension and say he's already served it. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but it may not matter because right now it looks like Rob Manfred is planning to announce tomorrow that spring training was going to be postponed. He's got a press conference tomorrow, and it's certainly not going to be him announcing his resignation, unfortunately. So it's probably going to be bad news, not good.
The fact that he's delivering it makes it bad news.
Right?
Yeah.
That would break the internet. If Rob Manfred stood up there and said, effective immediately, I am resigning as commissioner of Major League Baseball, it would break the internet. The internet would just crash, snap, crackle, pop. Done. But that's not going to happen.
No.
What does that mean for us as fans? I'll tell you what it means for the USFL. It's good news for them. The longer Major League Baseball is locked out, the longer that they only have to compete with NASCAR and
College
NBA.
basketball. Yeah.
College basketball will be over by then. Their first game's April 16th.
Okay. Yeah.
So USFL is rooting for the lockout.
Is the USFL competing with Major League Baseball?
I don't think so.
I don't either.
But I'm just saying, if you're talking about betting, that's just one fewer thing that people have to bet on against you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the most important thing for these leagues that are starting up is betting. So anyway,
it's interesting.
I think the lockout's definitely going to continue for the next month or so. I don't think they're anywhere close. I don't think they're going to be anywhere close. And I am not optimistic that baseball will start on time.
At this point, I'm not either. And I don't really know how you could be. I mean, pitchers and catchers should be reporting any day now, right?
Well, and that's what, to Brian Snicker's point, why? They're working out. They ain't stopping working out.
Yeah.
So, but it's not like in the olden days when between November and February, they just drank beer and ate sausages every day. A little different than it used to be. But yes, they should have already been there, but they're not. So anyway, lockout continues. We'll keep you updated as soon as we know things. It's Wild and Wacky Wednesday. Come back on Main Street Sports Today. We'll be back after this. Mid-Tennessee Bone and Joint treats your orthopedic injuries and existing conditions. Our trained physicians will get you back in the game faster. Contact us at 931-381-2663 or www.mtbj.net. Hey folks, while we take a quick break from the show, I want to tell you about our friends over at Custom Stone Handlers in downtown Columbia. Ed Rich and his team at Custom Stone Handlers believe in leadership. And outside of the military, our greatest leader building platform is sports. Custom Stone Handlers proudly encourages young people to get in the game. You can contact them today at 931-490-4990 or visit CustomStonehandlers.com.
Jones & Lang Sporting Goods here in Columbia has been outfitting teams, officials, and anybody else from T-ball to college for 50-plus years. Be sure and check them out at 931-388-8060 or online at jonesandlang.com. Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Zion Christian Academy, ZionEagles.org or 931-388-5731. You can schedule your appointment. Go tour their campus. It is beautiful over there, and you're definitely going to want to see it. Again, it's ZionEagles.org. Give them a call, 931-388-5731, and schedule your tour today.
Keep your home as comfortable as possible. If you have any issues with your air conditioner, electrical, or plumbing systems, call Lee Company. Our techs use visual findings and other technology tools to add transparency and clarity. You see what we see, whether we're in a crawl space or on the roof. We're here 24/7, so if you need us, call us. Lee Company. Call 931-548-4448 today or schedule your appointment at leecompany.com. That's leecompany.com.
Mid-Tennessee Bone & Joint has been the official sports medicine provider for Murray County Schools for more than 40 years. We specialize in orthopedic injuries, and our Ortho Quick walk-in service lets you bypass the ER. Visit us online at www.mtbj.net. Welcome back into this Wild Wacky Wednesday with the two zaniest guys this side of the Duck River. I missed that. JP, you got to start doing that on the coming back on.
I can start talking coming back to this.
Yeah, you got to give us the zaniest guys. This side of the Duck River only, though.
It's like you joined a circus or something.
It's like you joined the circus or something. That was power of suggestion, as I just got a text from Sarah that said Charlie's coughed a little bit, but it's not bad. It's just a tickle. And of course, as soon as I read that, I had a tickle in my throat. That's no fun. KDAT 7 News out of Santa Fe, New Mexico, not Santa Fe.
F-A-Y.
Yeah.
It's
pronounced Fe.
Yes, it is. Hey.
This one comes from our friend Mo Patton, who throws this net out. A man was arrested in Santa Fe after police said he broke into a home where he drank some beer, ate some shrimp, and took a bath. But that's not the weird part.
So did he take a bath in the beer and shrimp?
I hope so. He drank some beer, ate some shrimp, took a bath.
Broke a window to gain entry into the home.
And here's the thing. The homeowner found the intruder inside his home. So you come home, there's a guy just in your bathtub.
Yeah.
Or there's a guy drinking your beer and eating your shrimp. We don't know exactly
That's
what.
right. Well, the order in which this is, I assume that he didn't get found and then go take a bath. But I don't know if this is the correct order in which he, to me, it would have been bath, beer, shrimp.
Yeah, clean up and then kind of chill.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why you would take a bath last. Well, apparently the guy just needed a warm place to stay. And that's
the shrimp could have been messy.
Yeah, it could have been.
If it was peel and eat.
Yeah.
The man told the homeowner he needed a warm place to stay, apologized for breaking in, and then gave him $200 to pay for a window he broke to get inside. But not for the beer and shrimp.
If he needed a warm place to stay, it sounds like he could have afforded a warm place to stay.
Well, he knew dude had beer and shrimp, though.
That's true.
That's what
it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You're right. I mean, if you had $200, why didn't you just go buy some beer and shrimp and go to the hotel room?
So I'm assuming that this person knew the homeowner.
Doesn't say, I don't think.
If he knew he had beer and shrimp in there, or was that just
I think that was just,
he just got
nice
lucky.
treasure?
I think he got lucky.
I think he just got lucky. He broke in and just found beer and shrimp. It's like, hey,
oh man,
I'm here.
So
it's here.
So he's been arrested and charged with aggravated burglary, larceny, and criminal damage to property. Here's my question.
Okay.
Does the $200, is that deducted from any fines or restitution he may have to pay?
I would think the $200 would pretty much negate everything. It's like, dang, I paid you already.
Doesn't make sense to me.
If it's just for the damage of the house, yeah. Or there could be court costs.
Yeah, but I'm saying like for restitution.
Yeah.
Those three charges aren't. Yeah, they're not cheap. So. And $200.
So you've heard. Huh?
Yeah, I mean,
you can get a lot of shrimp and beer for $200.
And a hotel room.
Yeah, just go replenish. No, I'm saying for the homeowner.
Oh, that's true.
I'm just thinking that the beer and the shrimp and the window, I'm thinking $200 should have covered.
Should have, yeah.
I'm not even calling the police. You give me $200, I'm just like, you know what?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll call it even.
No harm done.
Matter of fact, I got a garage if you need, just stick in. I got an air mattress here.
Yeah. If you're gonna pay me every time you come.
Heck yeah. I'll take $200 if you just need a place to stay.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Just call me the next time. Don't break another one of my windows out, because that's
Thank you. That's a pain in the butt. That's the biggest problem.
That's
Especially in the desert at night, it gets cold.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Hey, I've been there.
That's your stomping grounds,
Yeah.
JP. A Florida man says he jumped from a stolen car seconds before it was hit by a train and sent flying into a nearby home. What?
Whoa.
You stole the car. You're driving the car, and apparently at some point it stops on train tracks.
I guess.
Or because he jumps out of the car, train hits car hits house.
Or maybe this guy
gets arrested.
Maybe he didn't know how to drive a stick shift.
And it
Stole the wrong car.
Oh. This is my favorite part. Police said the man claimed he stole the car in a, quote, good faith effort, end quote, to search for his own vehicle after leaving a nearby bar Saturday in Martin County, around 50 miles north of West Palm Beach. Instead, he got stuck on railroad tracks in the path of an oncoming train. After the crash,
So somebody stole my car
to go look for his
so
car.
I'm stealing somebody else's car to go look for
find his.
my car.
Good faith effort.
Perhaps.
Good faith effort.
It's like,
I don't
that's
think
the
there was,
emo.
I don't think there was any good faith here at all, personally.
The guy
I see
whose car
zero
got
amount of
stolen,
good faith.
especially the guy whose car got stolen and then
And-
got hit by a train
And knocked into a house.
And then the person at the house who
Oh.
has no idea what's happening, just randomly sitting in your living room and bam, a car comes through the window.
Oh, goodness gracious. Did I tell y'all about 3 weeks or so ago? I was dead asleep one morning during the week. I hear this boom. I think something has fallen in the house. Look around the house, don't find anything. Stumble outside the house, go around back to see if anything's happened in the back of the house. Come back around. Our next door neighbor's car is up against their house.
Oh no.
Oh, wow.
Somebody has hit their car in their
Oh.
driveway. That was the boom. Later find out guy got a bottle or something stuck up under his brake pedal. Couldn't stop at the stop sign
Oh, no.
across from the house. Goes down into a ditch at the house across the street. Takes out their mailbox. Comes up out of the ditch. Comes across the street. Hits these folks' car. Drives it into the house.
Because he's trying to reach down and grab the bottle off of the.
Or he just couldn't get it loose. I don't know. But
Yeah, but you don't swerve all the way across the road. You're down there reaching for the bottle, also trying to drive.
yeah.
This is. Hey, that one
crazy.
didn't make the Williamson Herald. We could have used it.
That was crazy. Like I said, it sounded like something in the house or something on the house.
That's
and
how loud it was.
it was next door. Yeah.
My goodness. Well, the homeowners in this one were fine. The explosive sound of a driverless car smashing into your home, though, is a little jolting.
Mhm.
38-year-old faces charges of grand theft and criminal mischief, and additional charges are expected. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. All right. You ever take a car to the mechanic because you hear a rattling sound or something? You're like, I don't know what that is, and I'm not qualified to open the hood and look and find out.
Yes,
So
I know my limitations.
I know what I'm incapable of doing, and that's
Correct.
one of them. Diagnosing the problem wouldn't have been too difficult, however, if this woman in New Jersey had just opened up the hood, because she would have found the rattling of human teeth. That's right. She took her car to a Goodyear service center in Linden on Monday after hearing a rattling noise coming from the car. And Linden Mayor Derek Armstead told the New Jersey Advanced Media that instead of finding a mechanical complication, mechanics found human teeth, hair, and other fragments.
Must have been really cold, that teeth chattering.
Police say the woman was involved in a multi-car crash on the New Jersey Turnpike in December and might not have realized she struck a person at all.
Wow. Wow.
It was likely the teeth were missed during an initial investigation to the crash. She's not facing any charges related to the remains, but it's probably upsetting.
Probably.
I can't even imagine what she's going through.
Oh.
I get upset hitting a squirrel, a little creature, but a human being? Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
You got something to pick us up after that?
One more for the road.
Okay.
And then I don't know if this is going to pick you up or not, but I do have a question. If you were charged with removing a tire from the neck of a crocodile, how much would you need to get paid?
So the crocodile's head was through the tire?
That's correct.
And you removed it off the front of it?
No, I'm not removing it off the front. First of all.
You're going to shimmy it down the body?
No, I'm just going to try to cut it.
How much?
Well, here's the good part. It's a motorcycle tire. So it's not like a big tire. It's just a motorcycle tire. But apparently it's been stuck around a crocodile's neck for 6 years and has finally been freed by an Indonesian bird catcher in a tireless effort.
No, they didn't.
They did. Associated Press with the pun of the year. Muhammad Toffin is my hero. What a job. Well done,
Is that the AP writer?
That is the AP writer who his lead, a wild crocodile with a used motorcycle tire stuck around his neck for nearly 6 years, has been freed by an Indonesian bird catcher in a tireless effort that wildlife conservation officials held as a milestone on Wednesday.
He should be fired. He really should.
14.8 foot saltwater female crocodile.
Okay, so here's my question. The tire has been around the crocodile's neck for 6 years?
That's right.
How did they know that? And if it had been, why had no one tried to remove it any sooner?
So
never mind. I understand why no one.
Apparently, the crocodile has been.
You didn't know you would do it. No.
Has been an icon to the people in Palu, the capital city of Central Sulawesi. I have no idea. I have no idea how to say those names. The beast was seen in the city's river with the tire around its neck becoming increasingly tighter and tighter with the risk of choking her. Conservation officials finally figured it out and got it taken care of. So well done.
Does it say how they got it off? Did they slide it or did they cut it?
We have questions.
Okay, if the rider could figure out tireless effort, surely they could figure out how it got off.
Ropes of various sizes into a trap tied to a tree near the river and laid chickens, ducks, and birds as bait. After 3 weeks of waiting and several failed attempts, the crocodile finally fell into the trap Monday. With the help of two of his friends, the person pulled the trap crocodile ashore, sawed through the tire, which was 50 centimeters in diameter, which is like 1.6 feet. So apparently it was pretty thick. Apparently it was in 2020, an Australian crocodile wrangler, Matthew Wright, an American wildlife biologist, Forrest Gallant, because he's very gallant, I'm sure, tried and failed to free the reptile. So this is not the first time, but apparently, we don't know how the motorcycle tire got there, but conservation said it was likely deliberately placed by people in a failed attempt to trap it as a pet or skin it for sale.
Wow.
That's going to do it, man.
Yeah.
That's all the wild and wacky that I have for today, but that was a good one. That was one of the better wild and wackies we've had in a while. So I enjoy when we have a lot of wild and wacky news, weird news from across the world. It's always a lot of fun. So come back next week, see if we can top it. Tomorrow, we will have Coach's Corner. We will hopefully have some Super Bowl talk because we've got 2 more days to talk about it. Might as well see what we think about what's going to happen. Obviously, next Tuesday will be top 5 commercials from the Super Bowl, right? I mean, got to talk.
Makes sense.
So make sure you're writing
taking notes.
Yeah, taking notes. I guess we could actually show them if we wanted to. Either that or just have JP pull. Anyway, let's come back tomorrow.
I'm not doing anything over here, so sure.
Hey, we will make it easy for you.
Just playing. Yeah.
Just like playing commercials.
Yeah.
Just push a button, right?
Yeah,
that's how it works. That's all you do.
Push a button.
I don't even know why you're complaining over it.
It's easy over here. Yeah.
It's not difficult. It's not like it's, rocket surgery.
Yes.
Yeah. Y'all come back tomorrow. Thursday's going to be a fun show. We are looking forward to it. If you missed any part of the show, at @MS_sports today on Twitter, Facebook as well. Podcast, all of that. For Mo and JP, I'm Chris Yao. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.